And how far is it to the Silkeborg Museum? 600 miles as the crow flies. As far as Edinburgh and back. I've been to Edinburgh and back. All this is not the point, though it is puzzling. What is wrong with me that I've not made the so small effort needed when the face of the Tolland man is so central to my thoughts? It is cold in East Anglia, windy cold, and I've knitted myself a balaclava to keep my neck and ears and head warm when I walk the dog. As I pass the mirror in the hall on the way out of the door, I notice myself in profile, and I think how like my grandmother I've become. And being like my grandmother, my face has become the face of the Tolland man, the same hollowness of cheek, the same beakiness of nose. As if I'd been preserved for 2,000 years and am still continuing to be. Is it possible, do you think, that I belong, through whatever twisted threads, to the family of the Tolland man? I'm not trying to make myself special in any way, you understand. There must be other people of the family, thousands of them. I see other people of my age on buses, or walking their dogs, or waiting for their grandchildren to choose an ice cream from the van, who have the same contours to their faces, the same blend of peacefulness, humanity and pain. There are far more who have none of these things, though, whose faces are careless, or undefined, or pinched, or foolish. The truth is, I do want to be special. I want there to be significance in the connection made between you and me in 1964, and links back to the man buried in the bog 2,000 years ago. I'm not very coherent. Please do not bother to reply if you think I do not justify your time. Yours sincerely, T. Hopgood, Mrs.
Silkeborg Museum, Denmark, 10th of December. Dear Mrs. Hopgood, I refer to your letter addressed to Professor Glob. Professor Glob died in 1985. If he had still been alive, he would by now be 104 years old, which is not impossible, but is unlikely. I believe you are asking two questions in your letter. One, is there any reason why you should not visit the museum? Two, is there any possibility you are distantly related to the Tolland man? In answer to the first, I would encourage you to make the effort, which need not be very great, to visit us here. There are regular flights from Stansted, or if you prefer from Heathrow or Gatwick, to Aarhus Airport, which is the most convenient for arriving in Silkeborg. The museum is open every day between 10 and 5, except in winter, when it opens only at the weekends from 12 until 4. Here you can see the Elling woman as well as the Tolland man, and an exhibition looks at all aspects of those who lived in the Iron Age. For instance, what they believed in, how they lived, how they mined and worked the mineral that gives the period its name. I must also correct something you said in your letter. Although only the head of the Tolland man is preserved, the rest of the body has been recreated, so the figure you will see if you visit us here will look just as it did when it was recovered from the bog, including the hands and the feet. In answer to your second question, the Center for Geogenetics at our Naturhistorisk Museum is at the moment trying to extract some DNA from the Tolland man's tissues, which would help us to understand his genetic links to the present-day population of Denmark. You will have read in Professor Glob's book that the index finger of the Tolland man's right hand shows an ulnar loop pattern, which is common to 68% of the Danish people, which gives us confidence that this study will find such links. Through the Vikings, who came later to Denmark but will have interbred with the existing population, there is most likely some commonality of genes to the population of the UK. So, I would say it is quite possible there is a family connection, however slight, between yourself and the Tolland man. I hope this information is helpful to you and look forward to meeting you if you visit us here. Regards, the curator.
Bury St. Edmunds, 6th of January. Dear Mr. Curator, it was generous of you to reply to my letter to Professor Glob and to try to answer what you understood my questions to be. But they were not questions.